Hi, this is Benedict. Today I'm going to teach you some opening traps with the white pieces in the real lopez. The game starts off as e4, e5, knight to f3, and knight to c6, and bishop to b5. Here black can play moves like knight to f6 or d6. However, we're going to be looking at the move a6, Morphy's defense. Simply drop the bishop back, and after some normal developing moves, I'm going to recommend you sacrifice this knight, capture the pawn, and after black captures, you have this nice fork. Here the correct move for black is to bring the bishop back to d6 so he can capture with the bishop, and after that position is around equal. However, more or not, I see players play the move bishop captures d4. Here you can simply capture the bishop with the queen, threatening to capture the knight, and typically players just drop back, but if they do, I recommend you just capture this knight, then after pawn captures, queen captures, king captures queen, play bishop to g5. Here black has to play bishop to d7 to block the check coming from castling queenside. And after your bishop gets kicked away, and this rook comes over, simply defend your pawn with another pawn. And if we look in this position, white's position looks very nice. He has a nice healthy pawn structure. He can maneuver his knight very easily to the f5 square, bring this other rook over. And if we look at black's position, he has doubled pawns, these overextended pawns in the king side that can be exploited for weaknesses, and this rook will have a hard time coming into the game. So that's one scenario. So let's go back. Here, if your opponent decides to play maybe a trickier move like bishop to b4, saying, if you capture my knight, I'll capture your pawn, and put pressure on your knight. You say, go ahead, okay, capture, knight captures, and queen to d4. Inviting black to double your pawns. And if black does, captures. Here is a key moment of the game. Black has to have this bishop remain in this diagonal, because if your opponent decides to drop back to a5 to keep pressure against this pawn, you can simply play bishop to a3, and to black's horror, they cannot castle. And if you look at this position for a while, you'll notice that black doesn't have many good moves. This bishop has already moved a lot of times. This pawn cannot move to develop the bishop because it's pinned. The rooks look silly in the corners, and also the queen doesn't have many squares to move. So if your opponent decides to do something like push b6 to fianchetto the bishop in this nice long diagonal, believe it or not, but white's completely winning, because after e6, you're threatening to push to e7 and get the queen. Black has to move, so after queen to f6, trying to exchange queens with white, you have this amazing move bishop to d7, and believe it or not, but it's mate in 3. So feel free to pause the video and try to find the move. Okay, for those who wants to see the solution, is the king has to go to the d8 square because the f8 square is covered by the bishop. And I'll simply drop the bishop back, discover check, and after the queen captures, you have this amazing pawn push, checkmate. These bishops are absolute killers, and the king has nowhere to go. And that's the trap. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. Subscribe for more chess content, and good luck with your chess.